Hello, my dear student. Welcome to my class. You know, nowadays we are facing a critical situation due to coronavirus. It is long since our college was closed due to this problem. So staying at home, hope you are well. I am also well. So stay at home, keep yourself safe and others and your family. Now, let us go to our lesson. Today I am Mangal Kumar Chakma with you, lecturer in English, Laxmissouri Government College. Today I will discuss you about narration, the topics of narration from English second papers. Okay, now we can go to our next slide. I have written for you note number 1 of narration. I am reading again for you. If reporting verb of direct speech is past tense and reported speech of direct speech is present tense, these kinds of sentences have to be done in the form but given by the below structure. At first, you have to know that narrations is two kinds, direct narration and indirect narration. Here the structure in the left side, I see that direct speech of reported speech and right side indirect speech of reported speech. If direct speech of reported speech present infinite tense, indirect speech of reported speech will be past infinite tense, and being present continuous tense will be past continuous tense, being present perfect tense will be past perfect tense, being present perfect continuous tense will be past perfect continuous tense. Hope you know about present infinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Okay, here I have given an example for you below the table. Direct form, he said to me, I go. He said to me, I go. Okay, I am here. He said to me, this part is called reporting verb, and I go, it is called reported speech. It is called reporting verb and it is called reported speech. So in indirect form, he said to me, I have written, he told me. Why? Because according to direct form, we have to use said to, but in direct form, we have to use told. So instead of said to me, I have used it, he told me. Okay? Okay. So he told me, instead of inverted comma, I am using here that, then subject. Who is the subject here? I. We have to remember that according to using subject or object or possessive form. Here, we know that being past person, we have to use subject as a subject. Being second person, we have to use object as a subject. Being third person, will be no change. So here I is past person, we have to use subject. Who is the subject here? He. Who is the subject here? He. Here he is subject and me is object. So I subject he. So instead of I'm using here he. Then being present infinite tense, we have to use passive tense. Here we see that being present infinite tense, we have to use passive tense. So I go, he went. In past infinite tense, we have to know that the structure subject plus verb or past form. So I'm using here go first form when. Hope you understand, dear student. Now we can go to our next slide. In the next slide, I have written note number 2 from narration. I am reading for you. If reporting verb of direct speech is past tense and reported speech of direct speech is also past tense. In previous note, we see that reported speech is past tense, present tense, but reporting verb is past tense. But in this note, reporting verb is past tense, reported speech also past tense. These kinds of sentences have to be done in direct form given by the below structure. So, in the left side, direct speech of reported speech, right side, indirect speech of reported speech. So, being past inheritance, we have to use past perfect tense. Being past continuous tense, we have to use past perfect continuous tense. Being past perfect tense, we have to use past perfect tense. Being past perfect continuous tense will be no tense. That means past perfect continuous tense will be. In the below the table, I have written an example for you. Direct form. He said to me, I went. He said to me. It is called reporting verb. I went, reported speech. I went, reported speech. So in that form, he instead of said to me, I'm using he told me that. Why that? Because inverted comma, instead of inverted comma, I'm using here that as a connector. Then subject. Who is the subject here? I. I is always first person. We have to use subject. Who is the subject here? He. Here we see that he. So instead of I'm using here he. Then being past inheritance, we have to use past perfect tense. So the sentence is past inheritance. So I'm using here had. Why? Past perfect tense we have to use as an auxiliary verb. We have to use that. Then went, third form gone. So the full sentence. He told me that he had gone. Okay, dear student. Hope you understand this note. Now we can go to our next slide. Regarding two notes, I have written an page narration. I'm reading. Why don't you attend classes regularly? The teacher said to the student. Who said this? The sentence is told by the teacher. And we know that in previous two notes, note number 1, being present in inheritance, we have to use past inheritance. So, why don't you attend classes regularly? It is present inheritance. At the time of doing answer, we have to use past inheritance. So, the answer, the teacher asked the student. Here, the teacher asked the student. Then, reported speech. Why? I'm using here, why? Then subject. Which is the subject here? You. You is always second person. We have to use object as a subject. Here the student is object. We have to use he. Why? Because he means student. In the bracket I'm using here s. Here do not. We have to use did not. Why? According to note number 1. Being present inheritance. We have to use past inheritance. Okay. So here I did not. So he did not attend classes regularly. Next line, you cannot expect a good result unless you attend classes as I tell you. The sentence is told by the teacher. So, before using reported speech, we have to use a reporting verb. So, I am using here reporting verb as a subject he. He means teacher in bracket. I am using here he. Also told him that. Then reported speech. Reported speech at first I find that you second person we have to use object. Here object him we have to use as a subject from he. In bracket I am using here s because s means student. Here I find that cannot we have to use could not. Why? Can is mother auxiliary verb. We have to use could. Okay, fine. You could not expect a good result unless you is always second person. We have to use object. Here object him means he. Then attend mean attended classes as I. First person we have to use subject. Here subject he. He means he. Here he means teacher. Here we find that tell you. We have to use told him. Because being present in inheritance, we have to use past inheritance. In the last line, I'm sorry sir, said the student. Who said this? The student said this. So as the sentence is the last sentence, I'm using here at last. At last the student replied or told him with respectfully. Here I'm using here respectfully. Why? Because if we find that sir, madam, ma'am, we have to use respectfully. So instead of sir, I'm using here with respectfully that. Then replace this here. I is always first person. We have to use subject. Here subject. The student as a pronoun form. We have to use he. Okay. Then in the bracket we have to use s because s means student. Then I'm sorry. The sentence is present indefinite tense. We have to use what? According to note number 1, we have to use past indefinite tense. So, I'm sorry means he was sorry. Okay, dear student, hope you understand. Hope you understand. Staying at home, keep yourself safe, save others and your family. No more today. Soon I am coming with new topics of new class. Okay, bye. Thank you.